Welcome to Daytona International Speedway, qualifying underway for the 1010 Truck Series race, part of the Sidewinder Racing League. Check them all out at dgsracing.com. Join the Discord to join the leagues. They are all free. Daniel Llewellyn in the 23 on track there. Tries to get potentially 2 laps. We'll see. Those blowing in the background. Bit of a sickly house. Keith Graves top of the board in the 4 truck. Just won the ARCA race. Now he's jumping in the truck. Quinn Newton in the 88. 712 brakes machine goes to the top. Keeping their foot down, so I'm thinking we got 2 laps here tonight. Ten truck goes to 3rd. Bill Rivard on board. Dalton Hayes in 5th. Lucas Weitzman, Jeremy Scheer goes to the top. And the TikTok Toyota. Keith Graves, 2nd lap. Top of the charts with a 51.868. Daniels also posted his 2nd lap. Did not move up from that bottom 4th spot. Now he's down to 5th as Lucas Weitzman jumps to the top. Quinn Newton goes to 2nd. It's a great lap there from Lucas in the 712 brakes machine. Dalton Hayes in the 47. Completes his run, goes to 4th. Ethan Evers jumps up to 5th in the number 8 Sunoco Chevy. Ethan runs a 1 and done. Bill Rivard 2nd lap puts him 6th quick. Dakota Lee's 1st lap 11th. Gatlin Downey's 1st lap 10th. Completes his 2nd one here. Moves up to 2nd. Nice lap there from Gatlin. Blake's 1st lap 11th quick. Mike Edwards 1st lap 10th quick in the Shrek Ford. Cliff completes his 2nd lap, stays 10th. Dakota Lee moves up to 7th on his 2nd lap. It's Mike Edwards and Blake Giglio left. Blake 51.1784 takes him to the top. Mike Edwards has very little time left to get back to the start finish line. Technically crossed the line at a 51.887, but I don't think it's going to register it. And indeed it does not. Mikey will start 13th. Let's run through our 16 trucks. We get them all out on the grid. It's our outside pole sitter, Lucas, waiting on Blake.
Okay, everybody. Welcome to week 1, Daytona. 75% fuel, 3 sets of tires, no fast. Everyone have a good time. Good luck.
Yeah. Oof, coughing is not gone away. Britton's still sitting in the broadcast booth.
Hey, Cody, just remember you're pitting behind me, so don't hit me to pitch this time.
Yeah, hopefully you ghost this time if I'm behind.
Alright, let's run through our starting lineup.
Yeah, it'd be great if the game worked the way it's supposed to.
Blake Giglio is going to be your pole sitter in the 16 Chevrolet. Starting second will be Lucas Weitzman, number 97 Chevy. Gatlin Downey in the double quick Chevrolet. The 05 starts in third. Quinn Newton in the 88 Chevrolet starts in the fourth spot. All Chevy in the first two rows. Toyota taking up row number 3. Casey Graves in the 4 and Dalton Hayes in the 47. Ethan Evers, Sunoco Chevy in the 7th spot. Dakota Lee in the TGR Chevrolet starting in the 8th spot. Bill Rivard, Superflow Chevy in 9th. And Jeremy Scher, the TikTok Toyota in 10th. Daniela Wallen in the 712 Brake Chevy in 11th. Cliff Mullins has a Curly Chevrolet in 12th. Mike Edwards should have his Shrek Ford starting 13th, but we don't see him on track. Travis Martin has the Ghostman Ford starting in 14th. Cody Brown starts his Sundrop Chevrolet back in 15th, and Scott Elston has the Ozzy Osbourne Black Sabbath Toyota in 16th. 16 trucks, 70 laps around Daytona. We just had a ARCA race go 48 laps green to start the event. Or was it 47? One of the two. Mike Edwards starting from the pit lane. Interesting choice after that last race went green for so long.
Did we just become best friends? Yep.
Is that why you started from the pit lane? Mikey with the resub. 55 months. What a champ. Appreciate you, my friend. I wish I could stop being sick. It would be nice. It'd be very, very nice. Mikey, why are we starting from the pits? I could just go down and ask him. Be kind of funny, actually. Would you have to pee?
Hello?
Did you have to pee?
No, I had to fix my sound. I got the headset to where if you press a weird button, it'll change to my Xbox, and that's what it did.
Interesting. Okay, good luck.
Thanks.
Mike Edwards with an audio issue. Go start from the pits. Hope to get caught back up pretty quickly as green flag on the 10-10 Truck Series season. Blake Giglio and Mike Edwards showing in the pit lane. Lucas Weitzman there. Purple truck leading the outside line as you see Edwards joining in the background. 16 trucks, 60 laps, 70 laps. Big gap on the inside behind Gatlin Downey. Blake Giglio is going to move up and join the top. And then back down in front of Gatlin. No banner requirements this season. You can run what you want. Lucas Weitzman out to the early lead. Bringing off turn number 4. See if he can get the lap led, but Blake Giglio is going to challenge him on the outside. And Giglio going to get the first lap led. The push from Quinn Newton getting him back out in front. So Blake has led every lap in this Truck Series season. Casey Graves, the first non-Chevy. That white and orange Toyota up there on the high side pushing Quinn Newton. Dalton Hayes up there as well in a 47. Lucas going to get in front of Blake. Coming to the stripe, it's going to be Lucas's lap lead. Lucas and Blake picking up bonus points. Quinn Newton in the 88. Gold and silver machine trying to take over that top spot now. Casey Graves giving him a push, but the inside, it's a great run through the corner. Blake tries to get to the outside of Lucas, and Lucas shot back down in front of Gatlin Downey. Quinn Newton looking to make the third lane an option. He's going to split Giglio to the outside. Giglio is going to get pushed to the middle. Graves sticks with Newton. See where Hayes decides to go. Looks like he's going to pull up to Giglio. Blake's going to drop to the bottom. At least attempt to, but Cliff Mullins filled the gap. Blake stuck in the middle. They got a good push through that center. Now Giglio's up alongside Ethan Evers. Now working on the 05 of Gatlin Downey. Lucas sees the run coming, moves up to the middle. Kind of racing you see at the end of one of these races. We're on lap 4, going 3 wide and throwing blocks. Dalton almost got into the door of the 88 there. Very close quarters. Giglio's gotten behind Lucas and dropped to the bottom. Dalton Hayes with the push from Dakota Lee in the 3. A couple of C2X machines work in the middle. That lap's going to be Lucas's. Dalton Hayes couldn't quite get alongside. Casey Graves on that outside with Quinn Newton. Dropped back behind the middle. So now they're back down to 2 lanes. Travis Martin running up there on that high side. Back in 11th spot. Things have calmed down compared to last lap. On a 2x2 right now. Mike Edwards would prefer them to go back to 3 wide, try to get caught up. No fast repair in this series. That could play a role in it. Guys know they don't have an extra truck sitting down in the pits ready for them. Dalton Hayes able to clear out in front of 97 with the push from the 3 of Dakota Lee. That allows Dalton Hayes to take the lead. Travis Martin, Cody Brown, Jeremy Scher all up on the top side. Bunch of 10-tenths teammates working together. Lucas with the push from Dakota Lee. Trying to get back in front of Dalton Hayes. Lucas will be leader of that lap number 6.
Lap 3.
Driver chat back in here, let you guys hear what they're talking about. Getting 3 wide look once again. Quinn Newton getting to the front of that top side. Middle lane all dissolved into the bottom lane, which puts us back to 2 wide. Whew. Casey Graves.
It's lap 8. We timed out.
Ooh, Dalton Hayes almost got Quinn Newton turned. That was really close. Dalton onto the flat. Looks like he's going to drop out of the pack on the back stretch here. I think that might have scared him a little bit when he nearly got into the 88. A low drag all up at the front.
Hi, Daniel.
Apparently Daniel and Cody made contact at the back of this group. Dakota Lee has seen enough. He's going to bail out on the backstretch.
What is this, musical chairs?
Lucas keeps getting bailed out on the inside. Quinn's will drop down in front of Lucas. Casey Graves leads the outside line with Travis Martin and
Everybody
Hard.
doesn't want to ride next to the floor with how sideways he is all the time.
Oh, Regan. Quinn Newton goes around. Lucas Weiss put Casey Graves involved.
goes lap 9.
Lucas and Quinn get together. I don't know if Lucas was trying to side draft him or what. Well, that's not the shot I want. Lucas comes down, gets the right rear of the 88, turns over the outside wall. Casey Graves gets a piece, slides up into the outside fence as well. Cody Brown picked up a black. I believe he slid through the pit lane trying to avoid it. Oh, yep. Looks like he tried to go around the cone but didn't want to crash, so he pulled it back to the left, took the black flag. Has been cleared for him since, but to the tail he goes. Good news for Mike Edwards. He did not go a lap down, gets to catch up to the field. Hi to Mikey's family watching over on the YouTube. Welcome in. Should see everybody come down, fill up the tanks. At minimum. Gatlin Downey, your race leader after the incident there at the front of the field. Keep an eye on how many trucks may have picked up damage. Thought only 10 tenths guys wrecked their own teammates? No. It's common. That Ford truck hasn't been up nose at all. Doesn't look too bad. Quinn, on the other hand, looks very not good. How's Lucas? A little torn up on the nose as well. So the 97 and 88 took the brunt of that. Casey Graves seems to have escaped. Pretty fortunate for the 4 team. For nosing into the wall. Be extensive repairs for this 97 and the 88. Quinn missing the entire right side front fender. Lucas with a little right front damage. See if they can get those cars worked out. Mikey has stayed out for catching the field. That's a move. In chat, Rowdy's comment of the 10 tenths guys turn their own teammates, Mikey pointed at it. Lucas, who was involved at that, pointed at it. Good to see the guys are having fun. Oh, driver chat was on and it was being that quiet. That is odd. I don't mind it, but it is odd. Hi, Hurricane. You are trying to remember Alex, maybe? Hell yeah. Mikey coming down the second time here. Trushan! Trushan has become one of goons. It's become Goonshine. A lot of guys coming down top off the tanks. Top 7 stay out. The true Goonshine.
Dalton cannot respond, Cody.
Is he chat banned?
Yes.
Yep.
It's on green, right?
No, it's on leader. All 4 tires.
It's on you. Once the pace car goes to pit red. Anytime after that, or just in the restart zone?
Anytime, brother.
As soon as the pace truck, all 4 tires are off the racing surface, you can go whenever you want. And where's I gotta let Quinn by.
I'm coming.
Let's check on those 2 trucks. See how their damage looks after the repairs. Well, Lucas looks pretty brand new. Crew did a great job on that 97. Quinn's gonna have problems. Lucas might be okay. Quinn's gonna have problems. Pace trucks off, and here we go back to green flag racing. Gatlin Downey going to lead us to the green. All the trucks lined up on the inside because of the topping off of the fuel tanks. So it'll take a little time to get that outside rocking and rolling, although the inside fell apart quickly there. Outside, maybe they have an advantage coming off of 2. Downey and Rivard on the low side. Martin, Scherer, and Mullins on the top. Travis Martin back down the backstretch. That run out of 2 on that top side. Always powerful at Daytona. Martin's going to go to the lead, clear down to the bottom. There's Jeremy Scherer in the 15 and Cliff Mullins in the 82 at the top. Gatlin Downey thought about moving outside, now will. Flashes back to the outside, and the 05 back out into the lead and leads that lap. And we're 3 wide. Cliff Mullins recognizes it and drops back down to the bottom. Gets us back down to 2. Scherer wants to get up and out of the way. Blake Giglio wanted to push him. Fortunately, they get that sorted. Mike Edwards up into the mix, up to 7th. He had started from the pit lane with some technical issues. Back into the fray he goes. Cliff Mullins with Dakota Lee on the outside. Blake Giglio will try to go all the way to the top. Dakota Lee wanted to throw a block. Wasn't quite there. Giglio gave him a little break, though. Cliff Mullins going to get pushed out into the front. He'll lead this lap. Mullins gets clear, drops to the bottom front of Martin. Next truck up, 3, Dakota Lee. Blake Giglio will work on the back bumper of the 3 truck. See if Blake decides to push him to the lead or if he decides to split him 3 wide. Blake Dakota's going to get clear, drop down in front of his teammate. Giglio has Edwards pushing on his tailgate. Dakota Lee going to bring the 3 truck around to Daytona and get a lap led. Popular one with the fans when a 3 truck leads. Inside line starting to push ahead as Giglio falling back. A little surprising. Edwards, a many-time winner on the super speedways of SRL. Daytona week is usually when he shines. Ooh, Giglio doors the 3 truck. Fortunately, nobody takes it. Hard hit anywhere along that, but a lot of contact bouncing off the 3 and 16. And I checked up well and did not get a massive crash. Martin briefly got clear of Blake Giglio. Thought he might try to get to the top and make something happen, but he stays at the bottom. He's clear again and could move up with Mike Edwards. Put some feelers out there, but didn't go with it. 7 laps since we turned them green. Really only 6. A lot of these trucks pit 7 laps ago. Some of them topped off 6 laps ago. Whew. Bill Rivard and Daniel Awala nearly made nose-to-tail contact. That would have not been good in the quarter panel. Rivard now moves up to the top lane. Giglio's made his way up alongside Cliff Mullins now as the outside starts to get its act together. Giglio got that nose briefly out in front down the backstretch. Out of turn number 2 they go. Running lap 19 of 70. Plenty of time to go in this race. And they only get 1 truck, so they can't tear it up. Speaking of, it looks like Quinn Newton, with that nose damage, is able to hang on to the draft. So that is important. He can stay with this lead pack. Lucas back there trying to help him out, it looks like. Sure, Lucas feels bad about that situation that got him back there in the first place. Badger's gone into a sneezing fit. The Siamese has gone into a headbutting me fit. And pick you up and hold you while we call the race. Sounds good. Dakota Lee out in front still. The push from Cliff Mullins. Blake Giglio leading the outside lane with Mike Edwards and Daniel Awala. Jerry Scherer making his way in there. 15 truck up to 8th. It's on that inside line behind Gallon Downey. Keith Graves can go through the middle here. Splits Bill Rivard out to the outside. Graves up to 9th, drops Rivard down to 10th. Dakota Lee continues to lead over Cliff Mullins. And Blake Giglio leading the outside. Travis Martin there inside. And Mike Edwards back to the top. It's their top 5. I think Rivard's kind of feeling out that top side. Those trucks in the inside lane kind of riding. Scott Elston's dropped to the tail. Blake Giglio gets clear, drops down in front of the 3. The 82, Cliff Mullins had to check up pretty hard, stacked up the inside lane. Skip Lawala can get a run in with Edwards now. You ain't gonna do it, Daniel. 23 truck got very out of shape. Oh, Danielson to the outside wall. 23 truck by himself. Hard to the outside wall. Didn't take anyone with him. Let's take a quick look, see what happened. We'll get back to the action. It's behind the 14, ahead of the 4.
I think I cramped my pants there.
He got a little too far to the left and then
Yeah, I held it up on the wall there.
wanted to get away from him, but turned it hard right to take himself out and not take anyone else with him. The 16 gets the outside fence, or 23 gets the outside fence. 16 leads. Giglio and Edwards side by side. Both those drivers in the top 5 all time in wins in SRL. Fords and Toyota working together on that top side. Graves gets clear, drops down in front of Giglio, leaves Martin to the outside with Rivard. Blake then moves to the top. Casey Graves lockstep. Pretty sure Casey painted the 16 truck, so a little bit of a connection there. Travis Martin wanting to go to the outside there. Gets Blake Giglio picked off from Casey. Then gets to the outside of Casey. Travis Martin with a huge run. Bill Rivard shoving that 63 to the front. At 26 of 70. The Ghost Man, Travis Martin, making an appearance at the front of the field. Casey Graves up in front of Travis Martin, and then Martin, having none of it, splits him to the outside anyway. Blake, is he going to split him? He is. Looks like he tried to leave Casey a little room at the bottom, but Casey just couldn't get down in time. Now he's going to drop down. Dalton goes to the top, and we're back to 2 wide. Had our brief little 3 wide run there. Travis Martin running the wall anyway. Opens the door for Dalton Hayes. He's going to stick that nose in there. Splits Bill Rivard to the top side. Martin then moves back to the top. Those 10-10 trucks will drop back, and here comes C2X Machines of Dalton Hayes, Ethan Evers, plus the 05 of Gatlin Downey. Ethan Evers heading to the front. I haven't talked about him a whole lot tonight, but the number 8 up to the 4th spot. Ooh, Blake Giglio got to tail a little bit there. This is the smooth Daytona, not the bumpy we just ran for ARCA. Dalton Hayes in the 47, trying to get that nose out in front and lead this lap, and he'll do it. There's not many Toyotas in this field, but they're leading both lanes right now. I think there's 2 Fords, 3 Toyotas, and the rest are Chevy. It's a lot of Chevy. Blake Giglio trying to get back out in front. Casey Graves moves up off the bottom to lead the outside lane. That 10-10 trucks lined up on the inside. Mike Edwards, Travis Martin, Bill Rivard, all in the 10-10 chat. Second, third, and fourth on the inside. They make contact. Travis Martin and Casey Graves. Somehow Casey saved that truck.
Did I crowd you too much?
Oh, no, we're good. All good. No worries. I may come up a little bit. Who knows?
A little bit of both, looks like. Dalton Hayes pushes the 16 of Giglio as Edwards gets out in front of the 4. Closing on halfway, another 5 laps time. 18 laps since we turned him loose. So the fuel tank could start to come into play. Giglio pushing Dalton Hayes and Travis Martin on the inside. Top side is Edwards, the 4 of Graves, the 05 of Gatlin Downey. Complete lap 31. Outside line drifting back. Dalton Hayes has made his way to the bottom. Seems like pit stops could be a coming the way they are breaking up that top line. Gatlin Downey trying to push the 4. Casey Graves clear. Giglio leads that lap by a nose. Jimmy Scherer taking a bit of a blink. Outside lines reformed. Healthy 6-7 trucks up there now. Anyone if you count Cody Brown or not. Two laps and counting since we turned him loose. Giglio leads the level on the halfway lap. To be honest, I don't know if Cody's decided we're having halfway or not. That's okay, much more hands-off approach to this, so I'm just learning as we go. Blake gets out front. 47, Dalton Hayes jumps to the top side in front of the 4, Casey Graves. Travis Martin did a good job filling the void. Inside line, pushing ahead. Outside's getting discombobulated, and I think it's going to be Blake Giglio at the line. If we do have a stage. It would look something like this. Blake Daniel has finished repairs and rejoined the track 10 laps down in 16th. Quinn Newton coming to the pit lane in the 88 truck. Pitting by himself, that's going to be rough if he is continuing on, and he is.
Up in.
12-second stop, and out he comes. That's Lucas. Look at that. Well, just about everybody else. Oh my gosh. The rest of the field. That's crazy. Quinn Newton pit 1 lap before the rest of the freaking field pits together. All 14 trucks still on the track just came down together. And I don't see any black flags yet. Still have pit exit to go, but so far so good. It's Daniel Llewellyn going by on track. Quinn Newton. See if Quinn can get back in the pack. Blake Giglio starts to roll. 12-second stop for him. Sounds like right side tires. It's like 2 tires for much of the field. Quinn is 4 seconds back, and he's got it flat-footed. Hopefully he can catch on and not get left behind here. Blake's out onto the main surface. Check in on Quinn. Well, he's got somebody with him. That's Scott Elston. Quinn's still 2 seconds back of Dakota Lee. That is not good. Blake actually had over a second lead. Mike Edwards doesn't actually have Blake's draft until just now. If Travis going to give him a push, he does. And they're going to push together to catch up to Blake. Sure, they'll go around Blake, and they will. Lucas is going to stay dedicated to Blake, maybe. Decides he's against it, pops out to the outside. Too much speed differential. Would have been a big slowdown if he did that. Blake will be able to catch on and hang on to these front 4. Dalton Hayes will have Giglio's drafts. Rivard's in Dalton's, Gatlin and Cliff are in that one. Everyone's together until you get back to Dakota Lee. He's in danger. 13th place, probably going to lose the back of the field. Quinn Newton lost it. Scott Elston's lost it, and Daniel, of course, 9 laps down. That leaves us 12 in the main pack once we get caught back up there. Mike Edwards leading with Travis Martin, Lucas Hoisma, Casey Graves, Blake Giglio. Bill Rivard jumped to the top. Blake Giglio is going to pop up and drop back in line. On board with the 8 Ethan Evers. See what we can see on board this number 8 machine. Dalton Hayes going to pop up in front of him. Now you don't see much of anything. A whole lot of tailgate with Kingsford Toyota. .30 laps to go from Daytona, season opener here in the 10 Cents Truck Series. Outside line getting a big run here. See Beavers just chugging along on the top side. Bill Rivard gets clear, drops down in front of the inside lane. Now it's just Dalton and Ethan on that top side. Ethan now going to have to stay pushing the back of that Kingsford Toyota. Rivard leads that lap. Redeemers check up as Edwards got really close to him there.
Good made.
Boulevard bailed out of there. 10 truck down to the bottom. Slows down the inside lane. Giglio and Mullins have moved to the top. 12 trucks still in this lead pack. Martin in the 63 getting up high, giving Cliff Mullins a bit of a scare. They're catching Daniel there. Scott Elston has retired the 85 truck. Daniel holds the inside. And you want to try to hang in there and keep the draft if you can. Maybe he can help his teammates out. Dalton Hayes, meanwhile, has been able to get in front of Mike Edwards. Dalton leads the inside, Ethan leading outside. And here comes Giglio leading the third lane with the 97 of Lucas Weissman giving him a push. Casey Graves in the 4 is up there as well. And Casey dragging the truck along the wall there. All three of those trucks clear the middle lane. Dalton going to lead that lap in the 47 truck. 26 to go here at Daytona Beach, Florida. Down the backstretch once again. I believe we have one more pit stop to go. Hayes gets himself another lap led in that 47 Kingsford Toyota. Three teammates lined up against him on the outside. Blake Giglio, Lucas Weissman, Casey Graves. Blake drops down in front of Hayes. Giglio leading that inside in the 16. Lucas Weissman, Casey Graves, top side. Gatlin Downey, Bill Rivard up there as well. Giglio leads that lap. Catching the 88 of Quinn Newton up ahead. Quinn teammates of the trucks leading both lanes. We'll get down out of the way onto the apron. Lucas gets clear, drops down in front of Blake. Casey Graves just gets clear. At least Gatlin, Downey, and Bill Rivard on the top. Lucas and Gatlin, top two trucks. Hoytsma and Downing. Then you have Bill Rivard and Casey Graves. Looks like Quinn not going to be able to hold on to the field. Just not enough speed after the damage in the accident. Boulevard is going to bail on Gatlin Downey, drops down to the inside lane. Leaves him up there with Cliff Mullins. Cliff's going to drop down in front of teammate Dalton Hayes. Leaving Gatlin the sole truck to the outside. Eagle 5 dropping back. I think Rivard wants to look around Giglio, but doesn't have anybody wanting to go with him at the moment. That pink Superflow truck keeps popping out of line. He badly wants to get on Giglio's right rear quarter panel and pull him back. Finally gets Mullins to go with him, and now he's getting some momentum on that top side. Gatlin Downey's pulled up to the back of Mullins. Now we got 3 Chevys on that outside lane pushing. Rivard to the bottom in front of Lucas Hoytsma. Lucas gives him a shot in the tailgate going into the corner. Here they come to the pit lane. Lucas Hoytsma, Casey Graves, Blake Giglio, Daniel Llewellyn all peel off, making what would be presumed to be their final stop. These 4 trucks will then try to work together to go faster than the rest of the field. But now the rest of the field's on notice. We're in that final pit stop window. We saw them pull this in the ARCA race, and the strategy worked beautifully. The only problem they had was the caution that came out. The field running side by side. It's going to slow them all down. Gatlin's going to go to the middle. Bill Rivard tucks in behind him now. Here comes Cliff Dalton, Dakota Lee, Ethan Evers. Dakota Lee, of course, off the lead lap, but in that mix. That leaves 6 trucks in this lead pack to pit for their final stops. Lucas, Blake, and Graves came out together. Daniel Llewellyn did not stick with them. They're going to get past Mullins there and Dalton Hayes. Daniel took a 4-tire stop. The rest of these guys did not. They took what appears to be fuel only. Ethan, Blake, Lucas, all short 7-second stops. Leave 6 trucks still to pit. Gatlin Downey and 10 tenths. Now it's all about lap times and who can get their group organized and making time. So Lucas, Blake, and Casey are running 47.9, and the main pack's running 49.1. So the group that pit, 7th, 8th, and 9th, are hauling the mail. Absolutely obliterating this lead pack. This lead pack is bleeding time. This group's got it worked out to perfection. Gained 6/10 on the main pack last time, and remember, this group still has to pit. They have a 10-second advantage over Cliff Mullins and Ethan Evers. Dalton Hayes another 4 seconds back with that truck of Daniel Wallen. Dalton's the last truck on the lead lap. Quinn Newton 1 lap down. Dakota Lee 1 lap down. Daniel Wallen 10 laps down. So you'd think the 6-truck lead pack was have an advantage, but they do not. They're running half a second or more slower than that second group. Very quiet on driver chat tonight. Downey gives up that lead spot to see if they can find some speed. And here comes 10/10. Gatlin's going to go in with them. So far, no penalties tonight. Seems all 6 of these trucks made it in nice and clean. Here's the chase group. These 3 have got it figured out. They're going to make it by no problem. In the tri-oval they go. And here's this group just now getting up to speed. They won't be up to speed for quite a while. This crew should blast by them. There they go into the lead. Lucas Oyso, Blake Iglio, Casey Graves, your top 3. And it is over 2 seconds by the time they get up to speed back to this group. Three and a half. 4 seconds. 4 seconds they were able to put in. Absolutely incredible strategy by these 3 trucks. Still growing. Rivard's pushing Mikey for all he's worth, but it's still 4.5 and growing. Finally starting to get a little bit of that advantage back, but it's going to have to be much quicker than the rate they're closing in right now. Rivard can keep pushing like that. Maybe they have a chance in 14 laps to catch that lead pack. Everybody going to have to play their part, stay in line, push like hell, without actually wrecking. .0. Uh-oh, Rivard getting up the hill a bit there. Cost him some time. Yep, 4.1 headed the wrong way after the Rivard got high there in 1 and 2. Top 3 happy to decide it between themselves. Blake just pushing the 97 pretty much all the way around the track. Then Lucas will give him a little bit of air in the corners. That time Blake goes up to get the air before Lucas would move up a bit and let Blake have the inside for the air. .7 with 12 to go. Starting to close in again. I think the 10 truck needs to find a more efficient way to cool the nose. There he goes. Mike Edwards up the hill a bit. Rivard getting some air to the nose, and then he'll be right back on Edwards. I think that is the smart way to do it right there. Allow him to close in quicker. Essentially, you have 5 trucks pushing here, trying to catch 3. That's why they're able to get it slowly running down. But with 11 laps left from Daytona Beach, don't know if there's enough time left. The rate they're closing. Right now they're 3.3 seconds behind Casey Graves. That's the gap from 3rd to 4th. Needs to get it within a second to start really feeling the draft. So 2.1 seconds to try and make up. Once you're inside that, anything goes. Commentate harder. He got it. We're kind of chilling right now, seeing if this second group can catch this first group after pit stops. These guys, 3 of them running together, cutting air, hole in the air, and 5 trucks trying to chase them down. They got a little bit of a numbers advantage. 10 laps left. This is getting exciting because they're catching them. 2.7 the gap between 3rd and 4th. They can see them. Let's ride on board with the 15 TikTok Toyota. Just because we can. See what it looks like. On the straightaway, you can't see shit. Eli, thanks for the prime. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate it. Welcome on in. Welcome to the family. We jumping in city after this, but we got to finish up here at Daytona first. Those 3 trucks out in front are the ones they're trying to run down. Gap is 1.8, getting ever so close to spelling that draft, and I think they're going to get there. There's the lead pack up ahead of 4th place Mike Edwards. You get the sense that he could sniff the draft. He's only about 4/10 away from it. We don't even have to hype it up anymore. You can see it now. He is catching them. Now they're going 3 wide up at the front. That'll definitely help them. They're going to go 3 wide to try and keep the field behind them. That's crazy. They've gone 3 wide to make the field behind them not be able to pass them. Oh, Bill Rivar's going to go around. Almost flips over. The 10 truck gets spit out of the field as the top 3 go 3 wide to block the advances of the field catching them. Mike Edwards has moved up into the 3rd spot. Dakota Lee's now 2nd truck inside line. Bill Rivard took the punishment on that one. The 10 truck got turned around. He's going to lose a couple more spots there. That was wild. Talk about a block. They're like, if we go 3 wide, they can't pass us, right? That's insane. I've never seen anyone try that before. That's wild. Now Giglio and Hoytsma lead the field. Casey Graves was the 3rd truck in line. He's fallen to 5th. Trying to push from the outside lane. Edwards gets clear. I'm sure he'll drop down. So Giglio's going to try to keep that from happening. Wherever Mikey goes, Casey's going to do the opposite and stick with Blake. All these team strategies unfolding up here. It's kind of like gangs in the city, but in race truck form. They just don't get their colors all coordinated. There's Quinn up ahead. Quinn's part of that low drag team that just blocked the field at the front. Doubt he'll do much here with so few laps left. Probably pull to the bottom, and there he goes, out of the way. Blake Giglio surging back to the lead on the outside from the push from Edwards and Graves. Cody Brown is up there in the 17 truck. Mikey's starting to feel things out in the 14, see if he can go higher than Giglio. Showed him that outside lane, but didn't go for it. Mikey's got 2 10-tenths teammates up in this top 8. They're 7th and 8th. They need to try and shuffle out the 4 trucks so they can help them. 5 laps remaining. Blake Giglio's falling back a bit. Cody Brown's going to the bottom. Maybe he's going to try to shuffle out the 4 of Casey Graves. 15, Jeremy Scherer's also moved to the bottom. Leaves Edwards the only 10-10 truck at the top with 2 low drag teammates. Yeah, C2X's Dakota Lee, the independent of the 05 of Catlin Downey. A couple of wild cards in the mix. Back into the tri-oval, 4 laps to go from Daytona Beach. Season opener of the 10-10 Truck Series. I don't know what Edwards can do with the 4 truck behind him. So he knows the 4s will go with the 16 no matter what he does on that top side. Now he's going to get clear and drops down in front of Lucas. Let's see if he can get clear and move back ahead of Blake. Lucas is going to move up ahead of Blake. Now the 3 low drag trucks are together and Mikey has a lot of independents behind him. Guys that don't have any other teammates up there in the top 8 anyway. Lucas leads that lap as Edwards gets ganged up on. Lucas drops down to the bottom in front of Edwards. He's going to trap the 14 to the bottom. Edwards tried to move up, but Giglio was right there on his door. Nowhere to go. The low drag trucks can maintain this formation. They'll be able to pin Edwards to the bottom and really keep anybody from advancing. Only 8 trucks in this top group. It's going to be hard to get enough trucks to get a momentum and get a run. Blake Giglio leads that lap. 2 laps to go from Daytona Beach, Florida. We'll have a winner in 2 laps time. Down the backstretch. Lucas just out in front in the 97. Blake Giglio trailing him in the 16. Edwards in the 14 trying to figure out a move, but he has teammates all around him. You have Dakota Lee there in the 3 just trying to find any opportunity he could find. Dakota won the Super Speedway Series. Definitely good at this type of racing. White flag in the air one more time around here at the World Center of Racing, Daytona Beach, Florida. Low drag seems to be in control here. Edwards trying to push the 97 out there. Lucas jumps up in front of him. Dakota Lee bails off to the inside. Leaves Edwards all alone. Basically makes Lucas Hoisman now the new low line. So he goes down and takes it. Gatlin Downey pushing Blake Giglio into the corner. Lucas has a big gap to him. Blake's will go down the inside. They make contact. Lucas gets sideways. He's still sideways. They're bouncing off one another. They all save it. They're still stacked up on one another. Gatlin Downey gets turned by Cody Brown. Lucas goes around. And it looks like it's going to be the 16 of Blake Giglio bringing it back to the line with the win. Mike Edwards second. Cody Brown picks up a third. Casey Graves and Jeremy Scherer round out your top 5 here at Daytona. Wow, what a finish. Blake Giglio getting it done for low drag. Blake DG, get a copy. I'm glad it was fun. How was it out there overall? A good time? Good time?
That was a really fun. That was everything about it was fun. We were racing hard since the start. We had a little bit of saving fuel, and we pit early strategy. We were able to get it done. So fun race.
At what point did you guys decide to try a 3-wide block when you realized the whole field was coming?
Like 10 seconds before that.
Oh my gosh.
Lucas goes 3 wide jokingly, and I said, "Yeah, let's do it." And
oh my god.
I don't know how it looked up there, but I'm sure it was.
That's terrifying.
A little wild. It was fun. I mean, I'm really surprised that we all pretty much held it together.
Yeah, everyone but Bill. Poor Bill.
But
Well,
I thought
right.
it was a good time.
Congrats on the victory here at Daytona Beach, Florida to open up the 1010 Truck Series. How do we feel about your friends,
Hello?
family, and sponsors? Okay, apparently if I go to a different window, I can't talk to you. Sorry about that.
I was gonna say, this thing on?
Yeah, it is. But congrats on the victory here at Daytona Beach. You got the friends, family, and sponsor shout-outs for your win.
Yeah, obviously shout out to you for broadcasting. You know, shout out to 10 sponsor in the league. OG Gear Goons. Shout out to Lucas and Casey there. Feel bad for Quinn. He kind of got screwed a little bit, but I thought everyone had a pretty fun race. I thought it was pretty clean, and happy that we were able to get the opening win here this season.
10-4. Congrats on the victory. Get on out of here. Enjoy the rest of your night, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Blake in his chat, and bring in our second place finisher, Mikey, in the 14. Michael, DG, you got a copy? Hello.
Hello.
There he is. I don't know why my Discord's being weird, but hi, how's it going?
Hi.
We'll try to fix this. How about now? You hear me now?
I hear you now.
Perfect. It was being weird. Anyway, congrats on the P2 there. You had a whole lot of low drag teammates around you. It didn't seem like a whole lot you could do, but you made the best of it. Brought it home P2 out there in the 14 truck to open up the season. How do we feel about tonight's race?
Went by quicker than I thought it would. The cars are very hard to drive. I'm very sleepy, so bear with me. Yeah, I didn't die. I'll take it.
10-4. I mean, it's short, sweet, and to the point. You got the friends, family, and sponsor shout-outs for your second place here tonight?
Shrek.
Shrek is love, Shrek is life.
Yep, pretty much.
Okay, good night, sir.
Later.
Mike Edwards. Bring it home P2 tonight. See if we can track down our third place finisher in Cody Brown. I think he might be in the waiting room. Look at him. Look at Cody in the waiting room being a good boy. I appreciate it.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Not a whole lot. Well, we brought it home P3 here at Daytona. A lot of teammates up there able to keep it in that top part of the field after all the pit stops. That had to be pretty exciting. And then as the laps wound down, looks like Low Drag really had it figured out, and you guys just kind of did the best you could to secure a solid finish there at the end.
Yeah, we dragged Gallon was riding with us there, so we dragged him down, made him an honorary member.
Nice.
And we all pitted there together and came out, and we were running them down, and we caught them there, and they went 3 wide, and I'm like, I've never seen that before. So
That was scary.
I was trying to ride with Travis there, and then that whole accident happened. And then I was riding on the outside line. We were trying to get something together. Could never get anything really together. I saw a hole there coming off of 3, and I didn't know Mikey was down in there. We were 4 wide, and I got Gatlin in the right rear.
Oof.
But yeah, we salvaged a P3. I'll take it. But man, that was a wild finish.
Well, congrats on the very entertaining race, and hopefully we'll have more of that for the rest of the season. You got friends, family, sponsor shout-outs for your third?
Yeah, shout out all my boys at 1010s. Shout out Gatlin there for hanging with us and helping us out there, and shout out you for painting this track.
Oh yeah, it looked good. All right,
Thanks,
well,
man.
congrats on that top 3, and hopefully we'll have some more good races this season. Lots to look forward to. I appreciate you.
Thanks, man.
Cody Brown in the 17, bringing it home P3. Let's run through our final results. We can get on over to the city and hang out tonight. From Daytona Beach, Florida, it's Blake Giglio getting the win. Mike Edwards and Cody Brown, your top 3. Casey Graves and Jeremy Scherer round out your top 5. Then Lucas Hoyts, Gatlin Downey, Cliff Mullins, Ethan Evers, and Travis Martin. Page 2, Bill Rivard, Dalton Hayes, Dakota Lee, Quinn Newton, Daniel Wallen, and Scott Elston. Thanks so much for everyone watching tonight. Hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast, and we'll see you guys in the next race. All right, that closes up the YouTube. Just back over on the Twitchies. Close all these things out that I don't need anymore.